Marqise Lee's dominance as a Trojan wide receiver is unquestioned.
Marqise Lee!
USC's first Biletnikoff winner, multiple school, conference, and NCAA records to his name. But for all he accomplished, there was still one part of Lee's collegiate journey he had yet to complete, earning his degree. And years into his NFL career, his closest friends were making that fact impossible to ignore.
Robert Woods came back and ended up finishing quite fast after he went to the league. So I had the chance to go to his graduation, knowing that Dion had finished, knowing that Hayes had finished, DK had finished, TJ had finished. That always made me feel some type of way, in the sense of just making me feel like, okay, there's no way that you can't finish when your friends are finished.
Putting that thought into action, though, was easier said than done.
Actually, he showed up and he was just like, okay, I want to come back, but I don't want to come back. I'm not ready. And I'm like, but you just said that you did. So let's pan out what it would look like. How many classes do you have left? What journey are we embarking on? And he's like, nah, I don't want to do it. It's too much. It's too much. And I'm like, okay. So he kind of flirted with it a little bit. And for him, you can tell he was nervous. So he wanted to kind of know, but then he was so mad about it and he wasn't ready. So then he did that a couple times.
It was fatherhood that finally put things into perspective for Lee. As his family grew, so did his understanding that this opportunity was bigger than himself.
Every day I sit down, I get the opportunity to tell my kids, go to school, you need to focus on this. And it got to a point last year to where it's I was telling my daughter to do something and it was just wait, you didn't even finish. You know what I'm saying? And it's just you have the opportunity to actually finish.
Motivated by the people he loves the most, Lee made his return this past fall, back to the one place at USC that made him uncomfortable: the classroom.
It's a certain skill to a good student in the sense of knowing how to study, knowing how to take notes. It was always difficult. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but specifically for me, maybe that's why we focus on excelling so much on the field. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just we know where we lack at.
While Lee could understand why he had neglected his studies, he still had to contend with the consequences of the academic record he left for himself.
I was embarrassed, in all honesty. I did nothing the semester that I knew I was going to leave and go to the NFL. And I'm just being honest. I left with my GPA at 1.7 or something like that. I did nothing. So it kind of made it harder for myself.
His GPA had raised the stakes considerably. Without near perfect grades from the start, the timeline to a degree would extend well beyond what he originally anticipated. As daunting as that was, the deeper battle for Lee was one of self-doubt, wondering if he truly belonged there at all.
And you get to a point to where you just don't want to be there. Earlier, it's just I'm kind of uncomfortable. I really don't want to be there.
He would always say oh, I'm going to probably be the oldest one there. And this, I'm like, no, you're not. And I'm like, and even if you are, who cares? Your story is bigger than you sitting in a class with, students who are 19, 20, 21. I'm like, that doesn't matter. You guys are all here for the same thing. And that's all that matters.
The turning point came gradually. As he leaned into the process, Lee started to find his footing as a student for the first time.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? It's so many people out here willing to really want to help you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're younger than you. It doesn't matter. Just don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you really need help, it's going to be somebody out there willing to help you. I think my biggest problem is the start. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there and just not knowing and just the start. I can sit there for days not knowing the start, but once you give me an opportunity, it was oh, you know what? Let me come assist you a little bit and give you the rundown of here. It's oh, now I can do it.
As Lee gained confidence in the classroom, his competitive nature wasn't far behind.
It was great. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I passed my first test, studied, you know what I'm saying? And I got an A. You know what I'm saying? To where it's oh, wow, you're really applying yourself and you're really locking in and doing different. To where I told my wife, it got to a point to where it's I just don't want to pass. You know what I'm saying? I got to that point to where it's just when you get that feeling of knowing that you want to do it, you can do it. It's like being on the field. I said, knowing I can get by somebody, it's I can get by everybody at this point.
He would come in so early in the morning. He'd be the first person there. Marqise, his learning specialist, is always the first person there. She would come in right when he's coming in. He'd be at 7 o'clock in the morning, getting ready. I have a paper it's due in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay, we have time.
It got to a point to where I was upset when I was getting B's on papers because I knew it was pulling the A down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad, like, but now I know what type of student I really am. You know what I'm saying? I know what type of person I really am in the sense of school was only difficult at the time because I made it difficult, but then you was quite busy, you know what I'm saying? But you made it difficult. You didn't apply yourself or make the schedule in which you needed to make. If I would have made the schedule and planned out everything would have been A1, but everything happened for a reason.
When he wasn't in class, Lee felt right at home in the John McKay Center. Student athletes gravitated toward him naturally, and once those connections formed, he couldn't help but want to see them succeed.
He's just a loyal person. So like if you ever see him, and he's so real, like will talk to anyone. So I just feel like he has the biggest heart, and he just values his time here at USC. So anyone that ever walked through these halls or wants to walk through these halls, he wants to talk to you. So he wants to tell you his story. He wants to excited for you to make your own, but he really just wants everyone to come through here. Like he just loves it so much.
Two Trojans who especially benefited from Lee's presence were wide receivers Jacoby Lane and Mekhi Lemon.
Especially that, when he won the Blitnikoff and Marqise won the Blitnikoff, it was just so cool to see them really listen to him and how, like, sometimes they'd come in and I'd just be in my office working and they just walk in and close the door and they're having their conversation. And I'm like, oh, my bad. Like, I'll get out of your way. But it's just so interesting to hear, like, the real talk, like making those big decisions, and they're really asking for his advice because he'd been through it and they really value him.
And I didn't have to say much to them guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I applaud them too because I didn't have to say much. It was just more about just understanding the outside world and people gonna latch themselves to you and things like that. So I enjoy being around, man. It's me being around the kids. I feel like I give them hope and energy in the sense of like somebody who's been through the thick and thins of things as far as kids growing up, you know what I'm saying, through the rough life, but also who got a steady mind right now.
It was through these moments that Lee identified a strength that now feels central to his future. Whether through player development or motivational speaking, he wants to help young people who are living a story he knows firsthand.
Me, with the background that I come from, like, I can honestly tap in every realm of the world in the sense of like being in foster care, you know what I'm saying? Living in motels, living here, living there, you know what I'm saying? Like being on the street, like brothers, gang members, all that, losing family members, like I feel like it's nothing that somebody can possibly go through that I can't physically feel. And that's why for me, the player development and helping the kids and going back to sociology and trying to help these kids is just like, it's important.
This renewed purpose fueled Lee through the final stretch of the semester. And by December, he had a new accomplishment to add to his name, a bachelor's degree in sociology from USC.
I thought about my life and me overcoming this and getting this and getting this and getting this and winning a Blitnikoff here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing beating me getting my degree.
The man who once left USC with a 1.7 GPA came back and earned a 4.0. And with it came a deeper understanding. His greatest strengths were never confined to what he could do as an athlete.
I can honestly say when me playing football, a lot of people expect, yeah, Marqise going to the league and handle the football stuff, but me sitting here doing this, a lot of people wouldn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the part, this is the important part. Just for myself, to set out a goal beyond sports. Anything with sports, I set out a goal, I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but putting yourself in a situation where you firmly feel uncomfortable and to come out comfortable is amazing for me.
He's rediscovering himself in a beautiful way, and to be able to do that and at this point of his life and have his children be able to watch him sorry to watch him, have this accomplishment, and they're at the point where like they understand, and I think it's just so beautiful that he gets to do it with with the right crowd. And yeah, I'm so excited for him, so I'm sorry.
This experience taught Lee to set his sights higher, so much so that his time as a student may not be over just yet.
Me come from my background, who'd ever thought? But now you got me sitting here talking about a master's degree when I had never in no state of mind even thought to even go that far. Going back to school opened up a different part of your mind, you know what I'm saying, that makes you want to just be better.
I always tell him that just because you have all this accomplishment doesn't mean that that was your life's purpose, you know? You have so much more to live and to give.
Where Lee goes from here is still unfolding, but his first speaking opportunity since earning his degree couldn't be more fitting. He will address his fellow graduates at USC Student Athlete Commencement.
This is God timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everything is coming to me at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Finishing school with sociology, being the opportunity to actually say the speech and things like that. Like, I feel like it's all just leading me into what's next.
I just feel like him speaking at the graduation is like the cherry on top. It's like once he does that and he graduates, it's like a whole other chapter of your life starts, you know? And I'm so excited for him.
Might cry at graduation, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just think about the experience and just think about how many people that actually doubted you. You know what I'm saying? Let alone not even think about the other people, just about yourself. How many times did you doubt yourself and thought you wasn't gonna be able to make it or finish college or things like that? Like, to sit here and just say I actually got my degree is like, it's really insane. In all honesty, it's like, this is really a dream come true.